Lesson: Conducting Privacy Impact Assessments and Audits. Conducting privacy impact assessments and audits is an essential component of building a comprehensive privacy program, particularly within the framework of the Certified Information Privacy Professional certification. As organizations increasingly process personal data, they must ensure compliance with privacy regulations and mitigate risks associated with data breaches. PIAs and audits are critical tools for identifying, analyzing, and addressing potential privacy risks within an organization. This lesson provides actionable insights, practical tools, and frameworks for professionals seeking to enhance their proficiency in conducting PIAs and audits. A privacy impact assessment is a systematic process that helps organizations identify and minimize privacy risks associated with their projects or systems. The primary objective of a PIA is to ensure that privacy risks are identified and managed proactively, thus safeguarding the personal information of individuals. Conducting a PIA involves several key steps: defining the scope, identifying the stakeholders, assessing the privacy risks, and developing mitigation strategies. A practical tool often used in this process is the PIA template, which provides a structured approach to documenting the assessment. For instance, the Information Commissioner's Office offers a comprehensive PIA template that guides organizations through the assessment process. The first step in a PIA is defining its scope. This involves identifying the specific project or system that requires assessment and understanding its objectives. For example, if a company is launching a new customer relationship management system, the PIA scope would include the data collection, storage, and processing practices associated with the CRM. This step ensures that the PIA remains focused and relevant, addressing the specific privacy concerns related to the project. Identifying stakeholders is another critical step in the PIA process. Stakeholders typically include individuals or groups within the organization who have an interest in or are affected by the project. This may include data protection officers, IT staff, legal teams, and even customers. Engaging stakeholders early in the process helps ensure that diverse perspectives are considered, enhancing the effectiveness of the PIA. For instance, involving the IT team can provide insights into technical vulnerabilities, while legal teams can highlight compliance issues. Assessing privacy risks is the core of the PIA process. This involves analyzing how personal data is collected, stored, and used, and identifying potential risks to privacy. Common risks include unauthorized access to data, inadequate data protection measures, and noncompliance with privacy regulations. A useful framework for assessing these risks is the Risk Assessment Matrix, which helps prioritize risks based on their likelihood and potential impact. By systematically evaluating risks, organizations can focus their efforts on mitigating the most significant threats. Once privacy risks have been identified, developing mitigation strategies is essential. Mitigation strategies are measures implemented to reduce or eliminate identified risks. These may include technical solutions, such as encryption or access controls, as well as organizational measures, like staff training and policy development. For example, if a PIA identifies a risk of data breaches due to weak password policies, a mitigation strategy could involve implementing multi-factor authentication and conducting regular security audits. Privacy audits, on the other hand, are systematic evaluations of an organization's privacy practices and compliance with relevant laws and regulations. Unlike PIAs, which are typically conducted at the outset of a project, audits are performed periodically to ensure ongoing compliance and identify areas for improvement. The audit process involves several key steps: planning, data collection, analysis, and reporting. A widely used framework for conducting privacy audits is the Generally Accepted Privacy Principles, which provides a comprehensive set of criteria for evaluating privacy practices. The planning phase of a privacy audit involves defining the audit's objectives, scope, and criteria. This step ensures that the audit is aligned with organizational goals and regulatory requirements. For instance, if an organization operates in the European Union, the audit might focus on compliance with the General Data Protection Regulation. During this phase, auditors also determine the resources needed for the audit, such as personnel, time, and tools. Data collection is a critical component of the audit process. Auditors gather information about the organization's privacy practices, policies, and procedures. This may involve reviewing documentation, conducting interviews, and observing operations. Practical tools, such as audit checklists, can aid in this process by providing a structured approach to data collection. For example, an audit checklist might include items related to data minimization, consent management, and data subject rights. Once the data is collected, auditors analyze it to identify compliance gaps and areas for improvement. This involves comparing the organization's practices against the audit criteria and identifying deviations. A valuable tool for this analysis is the use of benchmarking, which allows organizations to compare their privacy practices against industry standards or best practices. By identifying areas where the organization falls short, auditors can provide actionable recommendations for improvement. The final step in the audit process is reporting. Auditors document their findings, conclusions, and recommendations in a comprehensive audit report. This report serves as a valuable tool for management, providing insights into the organization's privacy posture and highlighting areas that require attention. A well-constructed audit report not only identifies compliance gaps, but also provides practical recommendations for addressing them. The effectiveness of PIAs and audits in enhancing privacy programs can be demonstrated through real-world examples. Consider the case of a large healthcare provider that conducted a PIA before implementing an electronic health record system. The PIA identified several privacy risks, including unauthorized access to patient data and insufficient data encryption. By addressing these risks through technical and organizational measures, the healthcare provider successfully mitigated potential breaches and ensured compliance with healthcare privacy regulations. Statistics also underscore the importance of PIAs and audits in safeguarding privacy. According to a study by the Ponemon Institute, organizations that conduct regular privacy audits experience 30% fewer data breaches than those that do not. This statistic highlights the value of audits in identifying and addressing vulnerabilities, ultimately reducing the risk of costly data breaches. In conclusion, conducting privacy impact assessments and audits is a fundamental aspect of building a comprehensive privacy program. These processes allow organizations to identify and mitigate privacy risks, ensuring compliance with regulations and protecting personal data. By leveraging practical tools and frameworks, such as PIA templates, risk assessment matrices, and audit checklists, professionals can enhance their proficiency in conducting PIAs and audits. Real-world examples and statistics further illustrate the effectiveness of these tools and strategies in addressing privacy challenges. As privacy regulations continue to evolve, organizations must prioritize PIAs and audits to maintain a robust privacy posture and safeguard the trust of their stakeholders.